Derek, that's the understanding we've had. I'm absolutely sure. I thought that you wouldn't have a problem at least answering a few questions that might come in from the CPM. If you're not okay with that, I absolutely understand and appreciate that, Derek.
I'll answer. No, I will answer. Yeah,
I promised you a balanced debate, Derek. I promised you a balanced debate, and I stand by my word. I promised you a balanced debate, and that's why you would have more than an ample opportunity to answer, because I know that there have been a lot of things that have been said about the TNC. Yes.
I am willing to answer any question you put to me, Akash.
Okay.
But I know, and you know, and nobody else knows, that you had asked me, you told me that it will be questions asked from you and answered by me. Let me answer your first question.
Sure, go ahead.
Your first question. Your first question is about this current issue of digitization. Now, this is actually coming from a larger issue, and let me share that with you. We have raised this on the floor of Parliament. I have spoken about this 6 weeks ago also on the floor of Parliament. We call this a differentiation between cooperative federalism, which we believe is the view from Delhi.
Okay.
Our view is slightly different. We say cooperative federalism is the view from Delhi. We're not being clever, but we want to drop the word C from cooperative federalism and talk about operative federalism.
Okay.
Operative federalism would mean that for example, digitization is the current example, but even if we talk about the union budget,
yes,
where funds are allocated, schemes are announced, this has changed because the alliance and the coalition politics of 2012 are very different from the 1980s.
Yes.
So this is why we talk about operative federalism, where you announce schemes and you allocate funds,
Derek,
and this has to be done in deep consultation and let me make the point, in deep consultation and in conjunction with the states, so when these schemes get rolled out, the states don't get taken by surprise.
Okay.
Digitization of the television is one such example.
Have you been taken by surprise? Derek, have you been taken by surprise?
I will give you a third example. Yes, we think in Bengal on the ground, we believe that this needs to be rolled out, but the rollout would take some time, not in the short time available. So
but then how is it that an Ambika Soni comes on record just a short while ago? Ambika Soni has come out on record and she's saying your MOS is IND. He's there. You have a representative there. So haven't you spoken with Chaudhry Mohan? Haven't you spoken with your MOS, or is there some communication gap there, Derek?
I think again we are getting into the smallness of the issue, but we are not looking at the big concept of operative federalism. On the ground, this is an issue which is on the ground.
Okay. Derek.
What's the next question you want to ask me? I'll go ahead and try and answer your questions.
Derek, let me read out a few conspiracy theories that have been pointed out, whether be Teesta, whether be fuel price hike, Lokpal bill, NCTC, FDI in retail, rail budget. A lot of people are saying that this has not got to do.
Let's talk about each one.
The broader issue is people are saying
each one. You ask me, I'll talk about each one.
The people are saying that this is not about any particular issue except one singular issue, that there is a need for funds from the center. These are all indirect tactics to get some more funds from the center. How much of that conspiracy theory is true?
You see, Mamata Banerjee's influence in the realm with the people or in the realm of Indian politics. Akash, 5 minutes before I got onto your program, let me share some news with you. Time magazine,
yes,
have just named Mamata Banerjee one of the world's most 100 top, in the list of top 100 most influential people.